everyone, and welcome back to Anne's Family Recipe. Today I am sharing 2 breakfast casseroles, one savory and one sweet, perfect for your upcoming Mother's Day brunch. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Let's get cooking. The first recipe is for French toast casserole, and this is a classic Pioneer Woman recipe that I have loved for years. I substitute this brioche bread, which is really buttery and eggy and has a slight sweetness to it. I find it for a great price at Aldi grocery store. The Pioneer Woman typically uses a loaf of French or sourdough bread, but I just prefer the texture of this. So for both recipes today, I'm cutting them in half, and I'll link the full recipes for you in the description box below. So I started with half a loaf of brioche bread that I tore up into small bits, and I tossed it into a 9 by 9 inch baking dish that I had greased with baking spray. Then I mixed together all the other ingredients. So this includes milk and heavy cream, eggs, white sugar, brown sugar, and pure vanilla extract. And then I whisked that all together and poured it over top of the bread. Next up is my favorite component, the cinnamon crumble topping. So this is brown sugar, flour, cinnamon, a pinch of salt, and a pinch of nutmeg, and then you whisk that all together and add in some cold butter that you cube up. And then when you mix that together with your hands, the heat from your hands will warm up the butter and incorporate it into all the other ingredients, and it makes this really nice crumble topping. I like to take a fork and mash the brioche bread into the egg mixture, making sure that everything is coated so that nothing is dry. Also, I am making this the night before. I always do. It saves me time in the morning, and it gives the bread time to absorb that egg and milk and cream mixture. Then I sprinkle the topping over top, cover it with foil, and pop it in the fridge until I'm ready to bake it the next morning. Next up is an Amish breakfast casserole, and this starts with a small onion that I dice up. The onion is optional. It definitely makes the casserole a little more savory in flavor, but you could omit it and it would still taste great. I chopped up some bacon and added it to a skillet along with the diced onions, and then I cooked this over about medium heat until the onions were soft and the bacon was crispy and sizzling. Next, I'm shredding up some sharp cheddar and Swiss cheese. I also removed my hash browns from the freezer so that they would thaw a little bit before I added them to the casserole. So next I'm going to mix together some eggs with some cottage cheese along with the shredded cheddar and shredded Swiss, and then I'll add in a couple of cups of those thawed shredded potatoes. I had drained the cooked bacon and onions on a paper towel, and then I added those once they had cooled off into this mixture and stirred it all together. Then I sprayed a baking dish with baking spray and poured the casserole inside, so this is ready to go too. Again, you could make this the night before. I did my bacon and onions the night before and then prepped everything else the morning of, and it was a quick assembly. So this French toast casserole is always a hit. It is absolutely delicious. It bakes at 350 degrees for about 45 minutes to an hour. You just want to make sure that it is completely cooked in the middle. There aren't any runny eggs in the center. And then this Amish breakfast casserole also bakes at 350 degrees for about 35 to 40 minutes. Again, you just want to make sure that the eggs are set. Both of these casseroles are easy to assemble. You can make them the night before and they taste incredible. So I hope you give them a try, whether for Mother's Day coming up or anytime you need to feed a crowd. Enjoy! Thank you so much for joining me here in my kitchen, and I'll see you again soon. Happy Mother's Day!